So by now, enough people have seen the video, the harassment, the false arrest, all of it. So I want to take you back to the beginning. Me and my wife, we bought this house in 2020, about almost 6 years ago, 5 years ago. We bought it at the end of 2020. And we saved, we did everything, right? We bought this house to get out of renting. And for the first year, it was nice. We thought the neighbors were nosy, the ones you see on camera. Thought they were nosy, but I worked all the time, so it didn't matter. Now, my wife would go over to their house. Now, the ones that we initially had contact with, they're both deceased. But my wife would go over there, and then one day she was asked my ethnicity, because I look white, as you can tell. She told him I was biracial. And then like the atmosphere changed. She told me that what had occurred, that he asked her, and I was like, okay. We started noticing things. Now, prior to this, the neighbor's grandson, Gary Owens, would hit on my wife. She would tell me about it. I didn't think too much of it. My wife is an attractive woman, and he ain't got no chance with her. So I didn't want issues. I just allowed it to go on. So then, after revealing that I was biracial, the police began harassing us. It wasn't like, it was subtle. It was me they would harass. They would pull me over with no reason being, just to ask me how I was doing. They would approach me heavily, just to stop me, just to say, what are you doing, Miss Turner? Which I knew was illegal, but I didn't want issues. They would sit outside of our house, which is not necessarily illegal, but it is unethical. So the neighbors had ties. The neighbor was an alderman, and so that's where he relates. His family grew up in this area, like generations. And so on the night of the 7th, my wife and I had a disagreement. She went for a walk, and she didn't come back. So I was getting nervous with everything going on. It still wasn't chaotic. It was just bothersome. I went to the park, and I asked the officer, have you seen my wife? He did not. And this was Officer William Brennan. I told him that we were arguing because I had trusted that, he's a good guy, whatever. So he didn't see her, and I went home. After getting home, he drove to my house, and he asked me why I was arguing, why I was running. Said to get home to my kids. Then he asked me what my wife are arguing about. I told him none of your business. He got upset and turned his camera on, and then attacked me. I can't show the whole video, but it's on my YouTube. And that's what happened. And so since then, all I've been doing is trying to get accountability for what occurred to me. I expected the police to just discipline him. They didn't. They doubled down on it. And throughout this ordeal, my lawyers privately admitted I was innocent. So during the district trial, acknowledged it. I've already established this. The judge found me guilty of obstruction and assaulting the officer. In order for there to be an obstruction charge, there's got to be a criminal element. There was none. The officer admitted it. He said he lied. Well, I was out there because I was dispatched. He was not dispatched. He made that up after the fact to justify assaulting and arresting me because I hurt his feelings, because I didn't want to speak with him. So during the appeal trial, I hired John Cox. The first lawyer was Don Dickerson, who when you hear him saying, I don't believe he was dispatched, he knew he wasn't dispatched. That's why he said it. He just didn't know he was recorded. The second was John Cox, who's Facebook friends with the police chief and a lot of other people. The police chief, the department changed the narrative to me fighting the officer. That I fought the officer for 20 minutes is what was said. And the neighbors were claiming that the same people that are harassing us now. This wasn't the old guy. It was Jeff Reese that got into it, and he's like the cousin-in-law. He came, never had an issue with him, didn't even know who he was until he came to court. Well, yeah, he fought the guy for 20 minutes. I live across the street. No one lives across the street. It's a damn shed. And my lawyer was refusing to cross-examine him. And he gave this false narrative about being worried about my kids. And so I ended up pleading to an obstruction charge because my lawyer wasn't defending me, and I didn't want to go to prison. So I thought, well, I'll plead, and then I can fight this because I don't have any charges on me besides that one thing. And I lost everything. I lost a lot of money. And so I sued Jeff in civil court. I lost, not because I didn't have merit, but because the magistrate refused to hear the evidence. Before court, the DA, this bitch knew I was innocent too. She was talking with him. I don't know what they were saying, but I know he refused to allow me to really speak, share the evidence, and just dismissed the case. Now I actually owe Jeff Reese money, even though he lied on me, and I have proof of it. And so this ordeal, all I've been trying to do is clear my name. That's literally all I've been doing, is trying to clear my name because I didn't deserve this. They put me out to be some aggressive type person. I'm not aggressive. Now, I will fuck you up if I have to, but I don't like to fight. I don't like violence. I like peace. And so there's not one video of me being aggressive. There's no videos, actually. And so this narrative that I'm just some crazy person, no. This is why I was banned. I was banned because they didn't want me talking about it. And so this is why I'm here today. I know, like, it's still a little bit long, but that's the gist of it. So this is why I'm here. This is why they're harassing me, because they know they lied, and it exposes them. So so eventually, these idiots don't realize this. They're thinking that, well, it's going to be local. No, I'm intentionally talking to people that aren't in North Carolina. Eventually, I will sue them, but the timing has to matter. So I'm not even, and the thing is, I'm not even looking to engage. I'm just literally capturing what they're doing to me and my family. That's it.